Dear parents and educators, welcome to my presentation on how we can support language development in young children aged 0 to 5 years. As humans, we communicate through various semiotic systems through sound, gestures, images, and language. 2 thumbs up means enthusiasm and encouragement, whereas we all know what Colonel Sanders stands for. And in oral language learning, we use articulation, voice, and fluency to communicate. The Early Years Learning Framework speaks about how important it is to nurture language in early childhood, providing children with a multitude of resources. And in addition to that, maybe supporting them with a mediation, especially if they belong to CALD families, is crucial to language development. I've given some functions of communicative functions of language here. And for explaining the types of play, I have my dolly here. Now, if a child says, my dolly is going for shopping, that is pretend play. If the child says, my dolly is wearing a skirt, that is not pretend talk because she's taking a literal approach to a fact. And if the child says, I love going to the shops with my mom, that is a non-toy play talk because it's a bit different to what the child is involved in at that time in the play. This slide speaks about the progress a child can make when they go from stage 1 pre-linguistic through to stage 5 linguistic, both in expressive and receptive vocabulary development. I have given some examples as well. For the key components of language, which is divided into form, content, and use, when you have a word order in a sentence that refers to the syntax, having past, present, and future tense would be the morphology, and having sound patterns refers to phonology, meaning to semantics, and context in which the words are used refers to the pragmatics. How do children learn? The main contention is between the nature theorists and the nurture theorists. Nature, where they believe that learning is innate, it is intrinsic, and the children have language acquisition device that is inbuilt in them, whereas nurture theorists believes that children, the learning is molded by the environment, by the meaningful interactions of the from the people around them. My personal pedagogy aligns with the social interactionist theory and the neurobiological perspective. The main contributors of the social interactionist theories were Brunner and Vygotsky. Brunner spoke about the language acquisition support system, and Vygotsky spoke about the zone of proximal development. Both says that the child's language development occurs because there is that nurturing happening. And for the neurobiological perspective, I believe that brain cells, the neurons, they develop faster connections when the children interact with real people. In the contemporary ECE settings, we see Maria Montessori's theory, where they believe that empower the child, give them the freedom to direct their own learning. Bowlby believes that let the child form a secure attachment with the primary caregiver, then they will be ready to learn. Stigner believes that give them a natural setting to play with, let them explore the real world around them. So these theories are very relevant to the contemporary ECC settings. The language development in 3 to 5 years, when we speak about that, these two documents are very, very good. One is by Burke and one is from Asikwa. Kindly do remember that this is only a guideline because each child is unique and they develop at their own pace. And what are the strategies that you as families could adopt? Are you reflecting on the home learning environment? How is the onset and frequency of shared reading time looking like? Are you creating enough opportunities, modeling language, interacting positively, acknowledging and rewarding? And educators, are you involving in sustained, shared, substantive conversations with the children? Are you tapping into their funds of knowledge? Are you getting to know the children and how they learn, which is the first AITSL standard as well? I have given some practical strategies for both parents and staff here. Please feel free to go through them. I've added some additional resources as well. Thank you for your time.